What's going on, guys? It's Sam here, and today is Tuesday, May 19th, 2020, and I'm going to be showing you guys the best things to buy, sell, and maybe even invest in right now in NBA 2K20. I also have some new sniping filters you guys should start using, so be sure to stick around to the end for those. So alright guys, as always, let's go ahead and start with any of the new content today we got in NBA 2K20 and any news on Twitter or locker codes. And yeah, we'll go ahead and start with the new packs that came out today, which were the buzzer beater packs, which if you guys were on my stream yesterday or you have Twitter, you probably saw me talk about these and bring up the picture on the stream. Or like I said, if you have Twitter, you probably saw these were leaked. And yeah, we ended up getting buzzer beaters like we saw, like what was leaked, and we got a Peja card, Galaxy Opal Peja, Galaxy Opal Dikembe Mutombo, Pink Diamond Yijian Lee, and Diamond Stephon Marbury. And that's it for new cards today. Only 4 of them, and I don't know, it's not a card reviewing video, but only 4, and the names, they're okay. The Mutombo is pretty cool. Peja's not bad. I mean, all the cards are good, but nothing really crazy, and I don't see too many people opening these packs. And I guess just another thing to add, the packs were glitched at the beginning, so yeah, there's probably not as many up as there would have been if people could actually pull these cards in the beginning, because like for the first 20 minutes people weren't getting the correct cards out of packs. But anyway, that's besides the point. We'll go ahead and look at the takeover. You see that both these packs do end in 2 days and 20 hours, so these will be gone on Friday, so that means new content is coming Friday per usual. And then we'll go ahead and look at the League Series 2 or the Spotlight cards, and they expire tomorrow, so expect new Spotlight Sim cards tomorrow. And yeah, that's what we have for new packs today and content coming or upcoming this week and tomorrow. And then if we go ahead and look, nothing else, nothing good for an event today, just 2 times MT in unlimited. And then if we go ahead and switch over to Twitter here, we did end up getting a lock code today, but it wasn't anything crazy, because as you can tell from the responses here, yeah, exactly, like I don't know, not too crazy of a locker code, but free stuff is better than no stuff. So if you missed this, be sure to enter this locker code. But moving on now, guys, to the market update portion of the video. Let's go ahead and see what the auction house is looking like today, and yeah, see if prices are high or low, or whether they should be buying or selling. So the first things that I noticed today is the market is starting to get back to normal. We'll scroll through some of the prices here. The market's going back to normal. It's not as crash as it was on or over the weekend with Michael Jordan and Giannis packs being out, or not even their packs, but you know what I'm saying, the takeover packs being out. And you can see Luka Doncic, he's on the rise, Lamar Odom on the rise. A lot of cards are on the rise, as Ben Simmons as well. So again, the market is starting to recover, and some cards specifically are actually just really high in price. I'm going to go over here in a second to show you just a couple cards that I was just looking at, and they're way up in price. I mean, it makes sense why, because some of the super packs did expire yesterday. But if we go ahead and look at the Prime Series 2, a lot of these players did go up in price. Oscar Robertson, 450,000 MT. I wish I would have sold mine, or I would have waited to sell mine. Like, I did not expect the prices. Maybe this is an outlier. I mean, that does look like an outlier, but I did see a couple ending for 300,000 plus. So if you do have Oscar Robertsons left over from sniping them, or just pulling them in packs, or just any Prime Series 2 player, yeah, their prices are on the way up, and you should sell them. Let's look at KD here just quickly. KD, yeah, there's still 11 minutes left, but as you can see, there's not as many up on the auction house, so his price and just the overall market in general is heading in the upward direction. So if you guys want to sell cards, it's not the worst day to sell, or you could wait potentially for tomorrow to sell some cards, because prices probably are going to be on the rise until we get something crazy in the auction house or token market or some sort of super pack here in the next couple of days. So definitely not a bad day to sell cards, and it's definitely looking worse to buy cards because prices are going up, like I said. Moving on now, guys, to the sniping filters portion of the video. I know this is the favorite part of the video for most of you guys, and I'm going to be honest, today you might be let down just a little bit, because I only have 2 consistent, just refreshing snipe filters you guys can use. But don't worry, I have a couple more sneaky snipe filters I have for you guys to use as well, that are good, not just to refresh, but you just hop around occasionally throughout, any time of the week, and you can get some pretty high margin snipes. And I also have a couple items we can invest in today. So let's go ahead and start with the 2 filters. And the first one I have for you guys is the buzzer beater filter. This one's probably the worst of the 2 I have for you guys today, but this one is good because what's new today? Buzzer beater packs. So the chances of seeing one of the new cards in this filter is definitely higher than the other days when the buzzer beaters aren't new. So what you want to do is set the maximum buyout to 5,100 and set the maximum bid Actually, excuse me, not 51, 5,400. And what you want to do is set the maximum bid above it and just change the bid every time and buy anything that pops up. And obviously, you can see any of the new cards that came out today, like the Stephon Marbury and the Pink Diamond. I forget who's the Pink Diamond player. Let's go back and look. The Pink Diamond player and Yijian Lee, Dikembe Mutombo, and Peja. You probably won't see the Galaxy Opals unless you're really lucky, but you can see any of the new buzzer beater cards and the previous buzzer beater cards. So that one wouldn't be too bad and would be probably, or would most likely be, the most consistent out of these two. And then the second filter I have for you guys today, I got to give you guys your Galaxy Opal fix. The best sniping filter right now for Galaxy Opals, in my opinion, would be the small forward. And there might be some guys out here that are mad at me for, I guess, showing this off, but I don't use it, and even if I do use it, I want you guys to make MT too. So what you want to do is just set the maximum bid and buy out to 500 and refresh the buyout every time. Or I don't know, we've talked about this in other videos. You can change it if you want. You can just, not change it. But personally, I change it just because I know for a fact it does refresh it. And if I'm going to be spending this much time, I don't want to risk it and not change it. But yeah, in this filter, you can see a bunch of new cards, not new cards. You can see a bunch of small forwards, AK, KD, Danny Granger. Danny Granger is probably the worst of the two. Giannis, Hidu, Carmelo. You can just see a bunch of cards, MPJ, in this filter. So there's a lot of MT to be made in this Galaxy Opal filter, and this is probably the one that I would use today. But moving on now, guys, to the sneaky filters that I was talking about earlier in the video. These will be good at any time. Not just today, they'll be good at any time, especially during market crashes, especially or when new packs come out and people are throwing these away like crazy. But there's just a couple cards here that I recommend you guys just try to target, especially when people are opening packs like today. So the first one I have for you guys today it's a coaches filter, actually. And you go to coaches, and then what you want to do is go by team, because if you go by color, for example, let's just do amethyst, and then back out, there's like a glitch where it resets to gold every time. So let's go by team, just so you don't have to set that every time. And what you want to do is target the Rockets and Trailblazers coaches, because if you go ahead and look here at their prices, they are very, very expensive, and I guarantee there's people who don't realize that coaches go for a lot. So you could just occasionally hit this filter and find, and strike gold, because the cheapest I saw, or you see here on the screen, is 23,000 for this Terry Stotts. So just here and there, feel free to, come through this filter, see if there's anything in here below 23,000 MT, or below about 21,000 MT, 20 to 21,000 MT, and you'll make a profit if you sell them for 23,000. So the other coach I do have in mind is the Rockets coach, Mike D'Antoni, and he's about the same way, not as expensive. I think he's about 20,000 MT last I looked, but again, I guarantee people are going to be throwing away coaches, because not most people, but some people don't realize that coaches do have a lot of value in this game, especially the 3-point boosting coaches. So those are the sneaky filters I was talking about. Actually, there's one more. I totally forgot. There's a playbook one as well. This one, the playbook's not going for as much as it used to, but the gold heat playbook still has a lot of value. And this, I'll get to it here in a second, the other way of getting a sneaky snipe. And as you see here, I'm bidding on this 13 heat playbook, and this is the playbook you do want to target, because yeah, it's like the most popular one in the game. It has that 3-point play that Henry the Blasian runs, and just a lot of people like spamming that play. So the heat playbook, it goes for about 5K, I believe. And yeah, you can do some scroll sniping and just get a good snipe, or you could be sneaky and try to bid snipe them like I'm doing here. I'm trying to win this one here for about 1,500 MT when it goes for about 5,000. So don't be afraid, guys, to try to bid snipe some of these cards. And you can do the same thing with the coaches as well. If we go over to the coaches, I'm sure you can bid snipe some of these coaches if we set it to Trailblazers. And maybe not for coaches, because some people, yeah, okay, there's not as many coaches, but playbooks especially, people don't want to look up their prices, and they'll sometimes just list them up for 500 MT, and you can get them for super, super cheap. And lastly here, guys, I want to cover the cards that I recommend you guys invest in today. And I did cover a lot of these on Friday's market update video, but again, it's still, the prices aren't as cheap as they were on Friday, but they're still cheap enough to where you can invest in them, or maybe even snipe them and hold on to them. So the players, or I guess item cards, because I'm not really recommending players today. The item cards that I recommend you invest in are the diamond coaches, guys. I'll even show you here in a second. I've invested I wouldn't say over 100,000 MT, but you definitely could invest that much. I mean, I I just personally am not going to, but you definitely could, and you can make a lot of MT. But if you look here, on Friday, coaches were below 3,000 MT, and today they're all the way above 3,000 MT. Yeah, they're 3,000, and that's all of them. So I recommend you pick up some diamond coaches, especially the Warriors and the Raptors head coach, because Steve Kerr, everyone knows Steve Kerr's name, and I totally forgot the Raptors name. Raptors head coach, who is it? Oh yeah, Nick Nurse. Just because people love their diamond coaches and people love the balanced system more than the defensive one, just because it gives a 3-point boost. So definitely, it's not going to be as cheap with the Warriors and Raptors, but you could definitely go ahead and pick them up for relatively cheap, because I think the cheapest Kerr coach was about 7K, and I saw one for like 5,000 when I was checking the filters before the video, and I bought one for 5K because you already know. Wow, there's a snipe right there. You already know. Like, look at this. We got a snipe while recording. You already know the price of this card is, or the prices of these coaches are going to go up because people love their diamond coaches. Look at that. That was a snipe right now, and I'm going to just wait and hold because you already know that these are going to go up in price. And then the other items that I recommend investing in will be diamond contracts, because unless they drop another lock code, people just love their diamond contracts, and I believe they're about 14K today. Wow, they've actually gone up since I checked. About 15,000 maybe. When I checked, they were 14,000. So they're close to 15,000, but they're going up for sure, because on Friday they were about, I want to say, 11 to 12,000 MT. So feel free to invest into contracts. I guess if you have to prioritize between one or the other, I would definitely invest in diamond coaches before contracts, because they're just way too cheap right now. Look at this. I have a bunch of them. I got all these guys for like 1,000 MT, and I already know for a fact that Steve Kerr, he'll go back up to maybe 20,000 one day, maybe 20,000. That's kind of wishful thinking, but I definitely see him going back to 10,000 plus, and same about 10,000 for the rest of these guys as well. So feel free to invest in those, and that's a very safe option in my opinion. But alright guys, that's going to do it for today's market update. If you learned anything new or enjoyed the video, please hit the like button below, and feel free to leave a comment. Both those things really do help grow my channel. And also, if you're new, consider subscribing, as we make these market update videos multiple times per week, and we live stream every single day. And if you guys are watching this before I live stream today, don't worry, we're going to be live streaming tonight. But as always guys, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace out.